So as you can see, I am teaching you using 331 homework because we did 331 in class today and you guys did it as groups teaching one another. So what we're going to look at is the actual directions. It says solve the following problems. Draw tape diagrams to help you solve. Identify if the group size or the number of groups is unknown. So 500 milliliters of juice was shared equally by 4 children. How many milliliters of juice did each child get? So I want to know what each child got. Is that the group size or the number of groups? Well, I already know it's shared by 4 children. So that's the number of groups. So I need to know what's in each one. So that would be the group size. So I'm just going to put GS here. So I know that there's a total of 500 milliliters of juice. And it's shared equally by 4 children. So I know my group size. But how much is in each of those groups? How much did each kid get? So I take my 500 milliliters and divide by 4. And of course, I put my answer statement. Each child got blank milliliters of juice. So I have 5 goes into 4 groups, or 4 times what gets me close to 500? Well, 4 times 100, because 4 times 1 is 4. Subtract and bring down. I now have 10 tens, because I had to unbundle my 100. 10 tens into 4 groups, or 4 times how many tens gets me close. 4 times 2 tens is 8 tens. So I used 8 tens. I have 2 tens left. Unbundle. And now I have 20. I brought down my 0, my last one. 20 ones into 4 groups. 5 ones in each group. 5 times 4 is 20. So 125 milliliters of juice. Of course, I can check that by doing 125 times 4. And I have the same answer. That is exactly how you're going to work through those. Next one. Kelly separated 618 cookies into baggies. Each baggie contained 3 cookies. How many baggies of cookies did Kelly make? Well, she says that each baggie has 3 cookies. But I don't know how many baggies there are, so that's the number of groups. Number of groups this time. So she had 618 cookies, and she divided them up. So each baggie had 3 cookies. But how many baggies are there? There are blank baggies. So I take my 618 cookies with 3 cookies in a bag, and I say, oh, I have 600s broken into 3 groups. That gives me 200s times 3 is a big 6. And I bring down my 1. Uh-oh, now we're in trouble. Can 1 go into 3? No. So that's a 0. We must have that 0 there. 0 times 3 is still 0. Subtract it out, I still have 1 left. Unbundle, that 110 gives me 18 ones. Broken into 3 groups gives me 6 ones in each group because 6 times 3 is 18. So there are there are exactly 206 baggies. So 206 times 3, just to double check, and I have the same answer. So this one was number of groups. This one was size of the group. Let's see what our last one's going to be. Jeff biked the same distance each day for 5 days. If he traveled 350 miles all together, how many miles did he travel each day? So we know his total all together was 350. And we know it took him 5 days to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we have no idea how many miles on each day. So that means we don't know our group size. We don't know what the sizes of these are. So he traveled blank miles each day. And to figure that out, we take our 350 miles total and we divide it by our 5 days. And we find that 3 cannot go into 5 groups equally. So we have 0 because 0 hundreds times 5 groups is 0. And that's as close to 3 as we can get without going over. Bring down our 5. Now I have 35 tens. It takes 7 tens times 5 groups to get 35 total. Bring down that last 0. Now some of you are going to go, done! But you're not. There's no digit above the 0. 0 goes into 5 groups 0 times. 0 times 5 is 0. My answer looks like it's 70. 70 times 5, let's check it. Quotient times groups, 5 times 0, 5 times 7, and there it is. So he biked 70 miles each day, which makes total sense because 7 tens times 5 equals 35 tens, or 350. All right, that was your homework. That's what we did in class today, just figuring out number of groups or group size. And I didn't even write GS here. I was looking for my group size. All right, I hope you did well with it.